I'm gonna wait for at least a few people to join, or just wait a couple minutes before I start, like I always do. Okay, let's not have those be going off in the background while we're trying to stream. That would suck. But might as well go ahead and get started. Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. My name is ItzAtrain. Today we have a very special guest here. A good friend of mine, someone who's been on the channel for a while now and is one of the main voice actors. Welcome, I Will Eat You. Today we have a
Hello.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I ruined my own cue.
It happens.
It's all right.
Go ahead.
Hello everyone. It's I, Sorry, an old friend was stuck in my throat. Hello. I'm MrRagusa. I'm the voice of Edward, Henry, Gordon the Mighty. I see as a fan favorite as well. Alfred the Splendid B12, and Sir Topham Hatt. And I've been working for A-Train for about a year now. Around June 18th was when whenever I first joined the Discord, and I submitted my first audition to work here, and I love it here.
That's good to hear, and we're happy to have you here, MrRagusa. And sorry it took so long for us to actually have him on a stream. This should have happened back when we first hit 1,000 subscribers, but you know, time does fly.
I will eat you, says Ragusa. Can you say confusion and delay in your fat controller? Well, well, old boy, I just did.
That was really good.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go ahead and hop back into, like, I don't know, like another mode. I really want to play that last map we were on, but if I remember correctly, I left off on us being scared out of our mind on Freya's cab. So let's not do that again. We'll just load into a completely different map. But welcome everyone who's starting to join. Hello, Steamy the hybrid engine. Well, the hybrid tank engine.
You'd make a good Sir Topham Hatt for the 2016, or not the 2016, 2026 Topham or Thomas reboot. Thank you.
Welcome to the stream. You haven't missed much. We just got started. We had a little fumble in the beginning, but the first time we've both been on stream at the same time. So in this session of ours, we're just gonna mess around a bit and then probably go into some livery creations. Should have started this stream up at around 9:50, but I was tired after work, like usual. Didn't fall asleep this time, thank the heavens. Anyways. Should we go ahead and open up the discussion that's probably on most people's mind, Ragusa?
Let's go ahead and rip off the Band-Aid.
Well, the title is, of course, it does say Q&A stream, as I've titled it, but of course, most questions that have popped up on the channel that I've wanted to go ahead and answer because it was such a huge part of the channel now, and it's the biggest video on the channel. It's the Timothy questions. I've been seeing a lot of those comments on the channel as of late.
You sound like you're in a refrigerator. I'll take that as a compliment. I am always cold. That is a fact about me.
I wish I was cold right now, but I'm not. Scorching hot. But yeah, the Timothy questions. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and spawn him in here while we discuss him.
The majority of the Timothy questions will actually be answered by me, since I was the one who wrote the original. That I wrote the original pitch for him, and the concept. So I will be answering most questions about him, but some questions most likely will not be answered due to if they reveal too much about the lore. I am not entirely sure, but I will answer as much as I can.
Yes, the lore is quite extensive, and because of that, I can't reveal too much, nor can a lot be revealed during stream. And of course, here he is, the one who started the war, basically.
And he's dropping frame rate, but there we are.
Oh no, it always does that when I'm loading in the Timothy livery because he has those coaches connected to him. But yeah, there he is. Let's get some fun facts out of the way. Starting with a little fun fact. These coaches aren't proper coaches that Timothy is carrying behind him. And I never realized that until, actually, in some scenes you'll see that Timothy is carrying like proper coaches, but in other ones he's obviously not. Like, because this was like a last minute addition. Some of those scenes had to be refilmed. So these are not, what are these, guard coaches, I believe?
These are baggage cards, is what EU says.
Yeah, they're baggage cars. They're not actually like coaches, but as you'll see when Timothy plunges off the bridge in that scene, he's clearly carrying some coaches behind him. Mm-hmm. But that was due to the hectic production behind that. Not gonna lie. Sorry, I'm extremely burning up right now. It is hot here. But yeah, production was hectic for this for the Timothy episode. And the Timothy episode was
the original pitch. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
The original pitch, or I gave the pitch out during, I'd say, let's say, mid-September-ish or so. Mid-September, maybe late October or so. And I began writing at least the next month or so until I got the green light. We got the green light about doing this. And so we went on writing, filming, and I'm not sure if this was posted in the description or not of the original, or if it was said anywhere, but it crashed. It crashed a lot, rendering the video, rendering animations for this. Due to ItzAtrain's iPad or your tablet or whatever, it kept crashing due to how large the file was. And so that's why we released it in like the middle of December, when it was supposed to come out October 31st or sooner.
Yeah, and it was towards the late end of October that the script was sent. I remember. It was like the 11th or somewhere around that. And at the time, we weren't well equipped to take on such a challenge that was Timothy. Because at that point, I had just started adding faces to the engine, custom drawn faces. So we weren't really ready when it came down to the Timothy stuff, but we got it done. But truth be told, and Ragusa will tell you as a small detail, that Timothy episode was actually supposed to be almost an hour long, but was pretty much chopped up as best as I could to preserve space on my tablet, because all videos that I've ever released up until the fall video was made on the tablet. So
Right.
literally everything up until that, yeah, everything up until that point was made on a tablet. We had to use what resources we had and be uh, very limited on what we can do unless Timothy decided to crash our render again. It'll always crash on a picture of his face too, like his smiling face. I don't know whether that was cursed or just hilarious that it was always on the picture of his face. I'm not sure if I ever told you that, Ragusa. That
No,
it
you
always,
didn't. That's actually ironic.
yeah, it's very ironic. Like every time it got on Timothy's face, and it would load like all the other scenes with all their faces all in one scene perfectly fine. But whenever it was on that Timothy smiling face, it would just crash immediately. It was like the rendering software itself refused to render what it was looking at. And to be fair, that's just that's kind of accurate because if you remember, Timothy's face was supposed to look much more graphic than remember the first couple of prototype faces.
I remember the first few. If I'm correct, the demonic smiling, which I'm going to reveal this because it was never used, because the demonic smiling was supposed to have blood. I envisioned Timothy with like Anakin level Sith eyes. So you would see his eyes instead of the iris, you would see just pitch black, surrounded by yellow. But the original pitch, what it drew up, was blood from the eyes, or like dripping from the eyes, I believe. Was that the original?
Yeah, and he lacked the toothy smile, so instead his smile was just almost all the way up his face. Almost something similar to what you would see how like Pennywise smiling ish. It was like a blend of Pennywise but Timothy all mixed into one.
I envision it is Timothy is being actively possessed, and that is common lore. That is officially canon. On the night where the controller says, "Timothy, unfortunately, you'll be sold for scrap." After he left, that's when the demon took over.
Yes.
And so, instead of him how other people depicted him back in the day, other people depicted him as a, especially during the, what I call the Kane fan saga, was the 3 trilogy of The Untold Story of Timothy, The Mysteries of the Kirk Ronan Branch, and Clitchfield 311. He depicted Timothy with zombie-like teeth, wrinkles, and just blood dripping from the eyes for some apparent reason to add to the spookiness. How I see Timothy is him being actively possessed. I don't see the use of blood. There's no use for blood for a demon taking over. I don't see how that's useful otherwise to literally scare people.
Very true. And I'm somewhat like glad I kind of dialed it back because he still has those prototype faces, but I don't think we'll ever really use those in any given time.
Later down the line, maybe if we get like a good bit of subscribers, we might, and we decide to make merch, we might put it on a pin or something. I don't know. We'll find a use for them.
Yes. Also, as of another thing that was what's called, a lot of people thinking that I seen a lot of comments of people thinking that the Timothy episode was the first episode of the Tale of His Time. In like canon order, yeah, it is. As me and Ragusa was discussing before the stream, canonically, yes, Timothy is the first episode. But in terms of first episode, it's not the first episode we've released. In fact, actually, I don't think I've told even that, Ragusa. There was actually another episode that I did upload that was that got taken down, and I never got around to re-uploading it again.
Oh?
So it's considered lost media. I still have all the clips, and I would need to put it all back together. But I really don't want to go through that again.
Is there insane lore in it, and YouTube took it
Yes.
down?
Yes, very. This episode would have both made it either those who understood like and got the message would have understood what was immediately happening after that point forward, or would have been even more lost than what everyone already is right now. It was a give or take.
That's interesting.
Very interesting. I'm still bouncing around with the idea on what to do with that because I still kind of do want to do something like that, but I don't know what to do for it now, which is why we're discussing it actively on the Discord on what to do with that and how to carry on with that story.
Mm-hmm.
But
Another thing that I feel like is important to mention, one of our members, Active Camouflage, I'm not even sure if he's in here, but he's a part of our writing team, and he's essentially the, I'm going to say this because, well, I can say this because I'm autistic. He is the ultra autist when it comes to trains. He will give you a complete lore breakdown of a B-12, or just like a random class of engines, tell you exactly how fast they went or so. He is amazing whenever it comes to real-life engine lore.
he's basically our train enthusiast. Any lore needed on any locomotive, Active has it right on the top of his head. He's like an encyclopedia when it comes to train lore, and it's insane how much he can just like tell you in one go. You can show him a picture of an engine that no one would guess off the top of their head, and he'll guess it like that. It's quite scary, but it's also awesome at the same time. Because if we didn't, I won't lie, if we probably didn't have Active in the server when he did join, I'm pretty sure me and you probably would have messed up a few things when it came bases wise to the Timothy episode and a few other episodes.
We might have, but back to what I was saying. Speaking of Timothy, what was said in the video was Timothy was a prototype for the E2. Active actually pointed out, like a few months after we posted this, that Timothy was actually, hold on, let me break from reality. The E2 was actually an E1X, essentially an E1, but heavily modified of the E1. And they decided, you know what, let's just make a new class, call it the E2. I don't see this being a major change at all, but if it ever comes up or so, we may be referring to Timothy as an E1X. I doubt it, because E2 rolls more off the tongue, and that's what people think he is.
Yes, like it all depends. And as that quote says that I always like to say in the server, only time will tell. The thing that nearly drove server theorists insane.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's going to be loving this stream if he is in here.
Oh no, he's not here, but guarantee you, he'll be here, looking
Foaming
over
at the
each
mouth.
small detail, trying to like comb through all the stuff he can, trying to figure out like as much as he can. I will not be surprised because he's been asking about the Timothy stuff the most compared to what's his name? Train Boy. Train Boy still has to get the music video that we got a lot of updates in my early comments recent. Sounds good. And of course we got our friend Edward.
Ah, yes, there I am, in my old glory in Indian red. Oh, I do love my red coat. I do miss it from time to time, but I do prefer the sky blue.
We all prefer the sky blue, but oh wait, are you talking about making code? Yes, absolutely fantastic, Edward. They said they were impressed by the Edward.
Well, thank you. What I do for the Edward, which you can probably mimic, is I'll actually do a live demonstration or so.
Oh, yes,
So
please
I
do.
go into the mind of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan, well, Ewan McGregor is Scottish, but I don't do the heavy Scottish. I don't do the heavy Scottish like this, or how I a little reference of Henry's fireman, him being the terrible Scotsman who's clearly a spy. If you remember from episode 0 of where I was the only voice actor.
Yeah,
And
you
I
were.
had to voice every single thing
Well,
except
no,
for
you
Callie.
didn't voice the controller when he appeared. That was actually a heavily dubbed over version of me speaking.
But for Edward, I'm still doing Kenobi. You essentially
Blue
want to do an Obi-Wan Kenobi, but instead of doing everything kind of like Obi-Wan, you kind of go a little bit higher. You're a little bit higher and a little bit older. And that's how I get into the mind of Edward.
See, I don't know how you do it because when it came down to Timothy, I was sick out of my mind. So if I try to do his voice, it's going to sound much more off than how it did in that episode, the Timothy
Right.
episode. I can't mimic it.
Well, sir, I can easily mimic Timothy because the low
Well,
grumble voice.
Here's the thing. Well, there's something that I did do when I was trying to do reshoots of Timothy's voice, and it was the same thing I was doing while I was sick. I don't have my sick voice, but what I do is I just slightly tilt my head over to the right. And what I do is I take my hand, place it upon my neck, and I slightly squeeze down. And then I apply like a voice, like, "Oh, hello, sir." That's exactly what I did for Timothy. It was just me slightly applying pressure to my voice.
I might actually use that for voice acting. I never thought of that.
Yeah, because no one ever realized that when you, like, depending on, your voice is always depending on which direction you're facing. Because, for example, if you turn too fast or something like that, your voice can come off like high pitch. But if you slowly rotate your head, for example, my head is fully on the left right now. But if I slowly start to tilt my head over to the right, it may not be noticeable. But by the time I get over to the other side, you hear that. You hear tone change difference, and I just applied that to Timothy. But with his voice sounds old and stressed out, so I would have to stress my actual vocal cords to do that.
Yeah, I can hear it.
But it was fun voicing him, I won't lie. I wish we did add more lines, or we did do the hour-long version of that Timothy episode.
We would have done the hour long. I would have loved to gone into full depth of Timothy, but let's go ahead and reveal this. Timothy is breaking us mentally.
Yes, that is another thing, because the biggest like reveal right now that is like a big plot point. Timothy was never originally a part of the story.
Up until my pitch for him. I'm not going to reveal it unless I have permission of what happened.
It depends. No, you can go ahead and reveal. It just depends on, like, as long as it's not, details on the actual story that we got going, it's fine.
Gotcha. Alright, so if it wasn't obvious enough, the controller was the mysterious controller we see in episode 0.
Yeah,
And so, on that night, he was killed. My original pitch was a mysterious controller, an unnamed controller. My inspiration was going to be from, I give huge credit to Kane Fan. My original pitch was a mysterious controller on the Kirk Ronan branch, who didn't really care about engines. He only cared about the money. But then, Itz had the idea of, you know what? We can make this the time controller. We can make this our main character, our mascot, essentially.
Yeah, because before the script, the Timothy was ever a plot point. I didn't know exactly how his story was supposed to end. I can't reveal too much about him, but his story had an ending, but his cause of death was never figured out.
Up until my pitch, we
Up until
figured
your
out
pitch.
a good death. And, well, if we ever do a remake down the line or so, who knows? We might actually show the death. But we
Hey.
don't even know. We don't even know if YouTube will allow us to post it.
Yeah, and if you remember, that was a thing that was discussed a lot. That how much I need to dial it back when it came down to the dev. That's the whole reason why I had animated only the cliff edge part. I purposely left that part out.
Right. Because what we're dealing with, because people experienced this back in 2020 with Lego animators. YouTube would just randomly tag a video for kids whenever it was dealing with very harsh content. What we are dealing with is we are dealing with a show that was made for children, that was essentially made for children. And if that video got made for kids and we didn't dial it back, we could have been in serious trouble.
Yes, we didn't really have a choice to dial it back, but like I said, if we ever do that remake, we probably wouldn't post it, of course, to this channel, because I don't want to risk getting a strike, but
What we could do, or I just thought of this on the fly, we could make just an alternate channel just to upload this, post the link, or link to the channel, the video on it, set up a community post, and that would be the comments for that.
yeah, because I don't think I can, like, when it comes down to how I write or draw and stuff like that, I always think on the realistic side of what's called, and how I was discussing with all of the crew, that when it comes down to how I visualize how a train crash like Timothy would be, it's not going to be. If this is based off of a train crash and how I was drawing the faces, I was going for that blend of realistic railway series. The biggest problem we ran into behind the scenes was, how do we handle a train crash, especially with the limited amount of resources that we had, and YouTube itself, the big man upstairs, YouTube, who would have shut us down if we even showed a drop of blood on screen. So we had to balance that out. And I've seen some Timothy, that one that you had posted, Ragusa, you had sent me, if you remember.
Yes, the latest one.
Where somebody had reanimated that entire Timothy run, where he runs off the viaduct. And that's done pretty well, and even has what's called, but I'm 100% sure that video isn't ever going to be monetized, and that's a really good video, and he deserves money for the work he did in that video.
He
But
does.
how YouTube works, it's not going to be like that. I knew if that video had went up with the original ideas and stuff that we had going on, especially with Timothy, it's not going to cut it. And Timothy's backstory, people already say that the Timothy backstory that we did come up with was sad enough, but if we had went with the original Ragusa, I'm 100% sure we probably would have gave people depression with how sad Timothy's story is. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Just wait for the next special that I am going to be leading with, and you'll all be getting nightmares. Only time will tell.
Only time will tell, because I'm here to write stories, and when it comes down to how I write, I don't ever write small stories. I always write stories that are meant to be expanded upon and thought about.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing I ever do is for a show, especially when it comes down to the videos I uploaded, which is something else I wanted to discuss. This is a Timothy off-topic question. A few questions that were asked of me in the comments. This was before the Timothy was. Where was season 1 of the series? That was another question. And I remember, Ragusa, I think you asked me that before too.
I do believe. Season 1 is essential. How I see it, Season 1 is like everything is happy, or so. Everything is happy, everything is like, let's say, that's how Audrey saw it. There's some things that are like a little dark or so. Some things that are important to the lore. I don't know. Maybe some things are. Maybe the entire series is important. How I saw it at first. No offense, I thought season 1 was just like season 1 of livery showcases. Because the fun fact about this, I went into voicing for your channel blind. I didn't know anything about the lore. Never watched season 1. I just saw. Literally, I saw. Oh, look at this. Level Comics 869. Oh, that's a cool livery. And then a couple of days later, I'm scrolling on YouTube, and I see, wait a minute, that's the exact livery I'm using on that exact engine. I click on his channel, and what do you know?
No, that's how you found me. But yeah, I was a bit ambiguous when it came to like making a release episode. Can you recreate Thomas and Gordon in Train Sim World 5? That is actually something that we've been trying to do for a while now, but with how Train Sim World, unless you have a PC, you can't connect the engines, like for example the actual Thomas to the Gordon livery that I have, which I'll spawn over here because we're currently looking at Timothy and our boy Edward. Where's yeah. Go ahead and spawn him over here. But yeah. We've been trying when it comes to remakes, because I sometimes do remakes too. That's always been another thing when it comes on delivery showcase. I kind of remake entire episodes within the showcases, or small sections of the episode. Because the last time I remade an entire episode, it got completely like hit with like a strike. James learns a lesson. It's marked for kids, so. That wasn't the brightest idea, because I just took scenes from the episode and they. You have Thomas and Friends visible. Yeah, I have that.
I am pretty sure that every single Thomas fan who plays this game has that DLC. No,
100%. I don't think the only DLC I don't have is the LBSE Thomas livery.
Right, and no offense, Dovetail. Come on. Really, why did we get the 70th anniversary skin for the 80th?
They weren't really thinking this one out when they made all that.
But to be fair, in the server, the running joke or the running catchphrase, it's Dovetail. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, we have a lot of running jokes in the server that will only make sense if like you were in the server to understand. But we have a lot of running jokes, and most of them are.
We had a pitch or so of one day doing like a dreams episode, and let me explain this. The dreams episode will be let's say Thomas is having a dream or so. In the dream or so, it would be like a running joke involving Thomas or so. Like the running joke that was involving Thomas or so. And so it'd go to the next character after Thomas's dream, and it'd be that character's running joke in the server or so. And then so on and so forth. But most people, I doubt, would get it, and they wouldn't understand or so. But yeah,
I wish you could, but you can't unless you have a certain mod to do that. Like that's literally because I'm playing this off of a PlayStation.
Right. So we're both on PlayStation. We're talking via a PlayStation call because that is the only way to broadcast my voice without downloading Train Sim World, redoing all the liveries, making a new account, or I don't even know if you can do that, but doing accounts and all that on PC, it is complicated.
Very complicated.
Very complicated.
and I barely function with how I used to upload videos, because the entire process with how I had to make videos was I would screen record it off the PlayStation, take a USB, plug it into the computer, transfer the videos onto the computer, transfer the videos onto a tablet, edit the entire videos up there, have it crash like 12 to 15 times, finally get the video uploaded, and then I would have to go through the process of making custom thumbnails, tagging the video and all that, and promoting it and stuff like that. But that was the entire uploading process of like making videos and stuff. And that was for every video. I had to do that every video. So until I can like either get it on my PC, which is going to be me having to re-download every DLC again, which is going to be even more money out of the pockets already. But it's probably going to be something that needs to be done, no pun intended.
Yeah.
I know the another thing that that channel name is going to haunt me in the end. ItzAtrain. I really didn't think out my name when I was picking it for this channel, but it's kind of like what I'm known by now.
Yep.
And let's not forget how you originally thought that the channel name was in reference to A-Train, not ItzAtrain.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I didn't even notice it. I didn't really notice it or didn't realize it until I introduced the name to one of my friends or so, and he said, "Wait, A-Train from The Boys?" And I was like, and then it clicked.
And I think for like the entire first week of the server, anyone who was new kept calling me A-Train, but the nickname I usually tell people to call me is just the first part of the name, It's. But I thought about it, and I think A-Train is much better because it can be used as a pun, just like how we kind of use Active's name as a pun in the server.
We use Active literally. It's like it's actively acting, or I don't know. I just did whatever was on top of my head.
Yeah, whatever sounds
you're
like.
actively doing something.
Active is not currently active. We'll be doing stuff like that.
Active is deactive. Active is deactive because he's currently not in here, I don't think.
No, he'll be in here most likely. Active likes to pop up whenever. Like, he'll join the stream and then zoom on out. But
right.
Some people probably don't even know who we're talking about. But hopefully, other than MrRagusa here, who was a first voice actor ever on the channel, we'll get the other voice actors, and we can find a way to get them on stream so they can introduce themselves and actually get to interact with everyone and talk and say hello. Because, you know, just like how it was weird, the fact that I never talked on the channel before up until this point, it's kind of hard to, you know, manage a channel if everyone who works on the channel just doesn't talk or interact with anyone. So that was not going to work. Just like how originally, remember, I wasn't going to have more voice actors on the channel, MrRagusa. And remember I told you that a long time, but you even said that would not work, which 100% true. It would have not have worked in the long run when I really thought about it.
Right. At the time of whenever we were starting to work on episode 1, which let's just go ahead and put this out, we're going to have to rewrite. Yeah. Me and Itz both know this. Everyone else in the server, every writer in the server knows. We are going to have to rewrite episode 1 because when did we start? When did we start for that? That was probably a couple of months, a couple of weeks after episode 0 or so.
Yes, yeah, it was. It was a couple of weeks. We like immediately got into writing. We just immediately hopped into writing the Timothy stuff.
I did the pitch for it, and Itz did a little bit of writing, and then next thing you know, we accidentally become hyperfixated, and he becomes our main priority.
Yes, but funnily enough, even though like Timothy's face is plastered all over the channel now, and he basically haunts the channel for real, can you believe that they still say that Gordon is what my channel topic is about?
Well, I am the top link express engine of the island, so I do deserve some credit after all.
Gordon, I don't even think you've had a full episode to yourself.
Oh, come on, don't you remember Gordon the Mighty?
Yeah, that song still haunts my soul. I remember Gordon the Mighty. We all remember Gordon the Mighty.
That was back in my glory days.
Well, it's not even your glory days. It was like barely a year ago, Gordon. Your memory is starting to leave you. Which is saying a lot, because Edward's right there.
Just ignore him. Let him gloat.
And Timothy's quiet as he's been for like the past couple of months. In fact, another thing is that currently somebody asks, is Timothy dead? Should we answer that?
Okay, so let me ask I'm trying to be passive aggressive. If your brakes were out, going 70 miles an hour towards a bend, and you couldn't turn, and you ram right off the girder, or you ram right off the metal thing, would you be A, hospitalized, or B, in a coma, presumed dead?
Well, I'm a steam engine, so I figure I would survive.
Timothy, your boiler would explode on impact.
But it didn't, did it? I'm still here, aren't I, talking to you?
Oh, God, what have I created?
He's not. Timothy isn't really up to. Can you recreate
all right,
the
hold
flying
on.
kipper?
Can we recreate the flying kipper? We are going to. The flying kipper will be important. It will be very important, and for one of my characters that I voice act or will be voice acting, they will be very important for the story.
Yes, actually, that is essential to the story. In fact, there are a couple of characters who are essential to the story, but we're not going to reveal that part. There's a few stuff we can reveal, just not all. And I've done a version of the flying kipper, but I had the crash cut out. Yeah, I know that character. They do have an official character named Timothy.
They made a fake version of me.
No, Timothy, unfortunately, he's more like a canon version of you.
Timothy, he kind of works for the Soda or China Clay, or well, oh no, you weren't around for that. Was he?
Well, I'm sad now.
Moving on.
Poor Timothy.
Yeah, he's
Timothy, you didn't get replaced. I promise you still have a place in many people's
No,
hearts.
you were never replaced. No.
Poor fella. He probably really thinks that we replaced him. And also, I don't even know what that engine actually looks like. To be fair, Timothy, you're the most canon character we have of Timothy so far, as far as we're concerned.
Yeah.
But back to this engine right here. Yeah, the one we were just talking about. The scaredy cat himself. Well, not scaredy cat.
Hey.
You were scared, Henry, alright? There's nothing in Kildane. You're just terrified for no reason. As Edward
Alright, well, you try to... I'm not even going to fight this.
You're scared of some silly old ghost tale that Edward told you.
Oh, don't you remember me laughing at Edward at the station?
Yes, I remember you laughing at the station. I was laughing alongside you.
Alright, whatever.
Oh yeah, that Edward still needs to be updated. In fact, this entire Edward is actually still considered the Timothy Edward because he's never been updated.
I did actually figure this out. Edward's letters in the back is actually supposed to have blue lining behind instead of the black.
Alright, so you want me to throw Edward off the rails. Thank you for pointing that out, Ragusa.
What? No, don't throw me off the rails.
somebody's getting thrown off the rails. It's either going to be
Timothy.
you or...
I've already thrown myself off the rails. I'm not going again.
Well, no, you're doing it again.
No, you go.
If you believe you survived going 70 miles an hour off a bridge, then you're doing it again.
When did I say I survived?
Jesus Christ, 20 minutes ago.
I can't count.
Oh, right, yeah, you hit your head on the other side of the bridge.
You know, you two argue a lot, Edward and Timothy, you know, but y'all are good friends. Kind of like Gordon and Henry here. Hello, NYC. We're currently arguing with some of the engines, two of the big engines, and Timothy and Edward.
Don't worry, they're just listening along.
They're listening to both Itz and Ragusa go insane.
Timothy, you're breaking the fourth wall.
I'm allowed to break the fourth wall. No one knows whether I'm dead or alive.
He does not know what he's talking about. He is dead.
How am I dead but you're talking to me?
Am I schizophrenic?
Perhaps. Welcome to the railway. Is it your first time? I've been working here for about a year now, man. You're just as bad as schizophrenic as me.
God damn it.
Look, I've been working here for a year, and so far I had to deal with James talking about he's seen something on a round table, Gordon pausing halfway down the line because he said he saw something, and then Henry having a whole panic attack at a station after Edward wanted to tell him a ghost story. It's been non-stop engine tomfoolery since I got here. And no one knows where Sir Topham has been in like the past week.
Pretty sure he's on holiday again. Lady
NYC,
has been dragging
it's
him
very
down.
confusing, trust me, it's very confusing, but this is like an average day during a meeting for us, actually. Like if we had
It actually is.
Yeah, if we had everyone.
Occasionally, like, someone, or, well, I say someone, or it'll usually be me. Because Edward's the most easiest for me, because I can be talking like this, and then like that. I simply switch up to Edward, and I just say something out of pocket as Edward.
It's basically us just improvising. We get so bored that we actually just start improvising. But
usually we stay on the meeting call. Alright, let me say this. How I'm going to put this, it may sound like it forces us to stay in a call for 5 hours or so. But no, we sit in a call because we all like to. We all like to chat or so because it's kind of fun, and we only meet like once a week or so. We usually just chat or so. Sometimes we'd play like a trivia or so. We did it one time, and I still think it's rigged. But yes, we would sit in the call and just come up with ideas, do like improv or something as characters, and we did like a whole 2-hour bit one time.
Well, that should have been like recorded. It would have been hilarious if we were able to like actually either animated or actually like just recreated in train sim mode.
That
Anyway,
would
how
have
are
been
you doing?
fun.
I'm doing well
Yes.
after a long day of work. It's been a pretty long day. We're just relaxing after a stream, just goofing around in Train Sim World 5 like usual. Having a small little question and answers, and we were answering some Timothy questions earlier, but now we're just messing around, driving both Edward and Timothy insane. You know, maybe I'm insane because I'm thinking about it. We're talking to faceless engines.
Yeah, I think we are going insane. James Pink undercut. Hold on. I think that might actually be canon.
Yeah, it is.
We're actually, it's canon that James has the pink undercoat.
Yeah, if we got Henry C's red, it's just canon. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we don't... There's been a lot of stuff that we've written off as not canon in the series, but there's a crap ton of stuff that some people would consider either goofy or what's called that we consider canon just because of how hilarious it is.
Like for instance, active camouflage. No matter what, even if we get a female voice actor who wants to voice Victoria, we will humbly decline.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but active just has to remain the voice.
Active is voicing Victoria.
I'm sorry that it's. And active does such a good job of voicing Victoria, and is the ideal voice for her. So
The running joke with Victoria on the server, if something happens, like in the meeting, meetings...
Hold on, they can't know the secrets just yet. There's too much of the deets, too much of the detail.
Ah, yeah, alright, good call.
The only one who reveals too much detail so far can be Timothy, but he can only reveal stuff about himself, as the agreement says. The agreement for him being here today is that he keeps his mouth shut about any lore related to the story. Other than that, I would not have invited him over, and he agreed to bring Edward along. But not just any Edward.
How about you bring out that's nice, GNR 69, I believe.
GNR. Did I have one of those? You ever have so many engines you just forget how many you have? I gotta stop buying engines. In fact, I think the Sodor budget is like $250,000, and I've only been here a year.
You know, that's that B12 that kind of threatened to replace Henry?
Yes, I remember that B12.
Why don't you bring him out?
While Henry is here, do you want to fight to start? You know what? The controller doesn't pay me enough to stop engines fighting, so let's bring him out. I literally only get paid in, like, bees. What am I going to do with bees?
Edward, what have you done? Whoopsies.
Where is he? We'll bring out your best friend, Henry.
Please, for the love of God, no.
Your best friend. Sir Topskin. Is that the right one?
Which one did you do? Oh, the blue one. I prefer the green one, but the blue one will do.
You'll do for now. But yeah, there's Henry's two best friends,
Hello,
Gordon.
Yeah. Not you again. Oh, you miss me, old boy?
Where we learned what? I'm a bit confused. I'm lost in that one. Timothy, you've been really quiet, and I appreciate it. So we'll drive you at the end of the stream. Just don't break down like Thomas did in the first stream. Now that I think about it, Henry, how did you get out the tunnel?
Fourth wall break?
You know what? I'll allow it, because anything can happen in live streams. Because live streams aren't technically canon, unless somebody says otherwise.
Exactly.
Railway. Oh, I believe it. The amount of Thomas lost media is insane. But what were we discussing before the insanity started to pursue?
Oh God, we did it again, didn't we?
You forgot, didn't you?
Let me give you a rundown, because this is exactly what happens in our meetings, in our voice actor meetings. One of us will do like a bit or so,
and it just loses track.
And we'll go, exactly. What we do in meetings is literally improv. Like, what we're doing now is improv.
It's just improv mostly sometimes. It's like behind the scenes of what happens. There was I remember that Institute of Innovation Thomas and Friends video. That thing was cursed. That flying Thomas with the wings. We don't talk about that.
Or Streamline Thomas.
Or what?
Exactly. We don't talk about that one either.
Yeah, I agree. Let's keep it that way. We should get more engines out here. Who should we bring out this fine day?
Dude, I mean, T isn't here, but I was the ex-voice actor for James.
Welcome back. We're trying to just catch up on what we were talking about. It's kind of lost track of what he was saying because the insanity started to pursue. But there's your James.
There's James.
And it's funny, that number 0 silver painted monstrosity right there is driving me insane, and that red number 5 is driving you insane.
How is it? Oh, yeah. Alright. Well, for the album that we're releasing, I'm doing covers of, like, some of the hit era, or, like, some of the songs that that most likely you've heard. Especially James the Really Splendid Engine. James has gone through 3 instrumentals. Was the Headmaster Hastings, or however you say it. Then it was the One Tram Band, and now I settled on a orchestral, jazz orchestral design.
Which has been a work in progress. It sounds like, it does sound like the Timothy episode in a nutshell again.
Yeah, Donald and Douglas. I do love that blue livery.
They also need to be featured more in the series. I think they've only been featured as background characters so far.
Mm-hmm. And I thought we were doing like a deep, or like a lighter navy blue for them.
Oh no, that's the Railway series version. That the NWR ones are the navy blue versions.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's with the navy blue versions. That's when you'll get like your Gordon, like where is he? I'm always misplacing him. There you are. If he wants to spawn in today, it's fine if you don't, but it would be lovely if you do, Gordon. But yeah, you talking about that?
Yes, that shade.
Parts of me, of course, because I've always grown up with the TV series, is forever going to love that baby blue for Gordon. But there's something about that dark blue.
That just it looks right.
Exactly. It just feels like Gordon, even though I know for a fact that is Gordon.
Scotsman was actually painted in like a similar shade of blue. Maybe that's why we like it.
Yeah, I must say that's probably why it's like so like it's I don't know, something about it that it's perfect.
Maybe it's Train Sim World with how glossy Scotsman is.
I don't know,
but
they could be tricking us.
Yeah.
Now that one I want to change into a darker green.
Yes. For all your LNER engines or so, or most of them, they need to be in the exact shade of green.
Yeah, but that was my first ever LNER engine, if I remember correctly, because that's just based off of my Railway series / what is it called? Railway series / TV series. That it was just a green version of that one. AKA the Gordon the Mighty engine. As everyone calls him.
It never really made sense to me why Gordon had LNER in his tender, but it's painted blue. And there's Active. Active is now activated.
Oh, welcome, Active. But you talking about why it had LNER on the tender?
Even though it was painted in NWR blue, yes.
Oh, it has that is because it's like a what if Gordon, like what if Gordon chose to still represent his home, like his original railway, and never chose to really sign on to like the Northwestern Railway. Plus, it was because of that. This is kind of like a blend of the railway series and TV series. It's like both of
Yeah.
them did like a little fusion dance, if you will, and that was the result. We took that TV series model over there, and we took this little the green boy right here, and that was the result.
It's going good, Active.
Nothing much. We were just having one of those voice actor moments where all the characters, and we have too many Gordons here. I'm gonna pretend like there's not 8 Gordon voices in my head right now. But we were just having
Multiverse of beautiful me's.
I'm not gonna say that, Gordon, because you're having one of those glory moments where you're happy with yourself. I was about to say that Scotsman is better than you, but I'm not gonna do that.
Well, he's my famous brother.
Gordon, which one of you is the oldest? Is it you or Scotsman?
Wait a minute. Oh, thank you for catching me up on that. Thank you for I literally did that. I did that live. Yep, thanks for calling me out on that. I meant my younger brother.
I was about to say, I don't think that's Gordon, I think yeah. We need to get you checked out of the shop. You're going to see now.
I am tripping wheels.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop taking Henry's Special Coal. You know that's not for you, Gordon.
I can't help it.
You know the last time you took Henry's Special Coal, what happened? You gotta stop. Henry's Special Coal is not for all engines.
You need to do a Scotsman's livery.
Flying Scotsman calls Gordon little brother, even though Gordon is built first. Yeah, I noticed that. It's almost like he's a slight little disrespectful jab he's doing there.
He probably calls him little brother because, which version are you referring, like, which, versions are you referring to for the, calls him little brother? Are you referring to, like, the TV series and the, whenever he was brought out, like, occasionally?
Oh, I don't know what version they're referring to. And of course we got the, whatever engine you're supposed to be, Hank.
Yep, no one voices him yet, so, he's voiceless.
I don't even know what his voice is supposed to sound like. I know he's supposed to sound country, but
Texan.
I can't do a country accent to save my life. That's just not part of my specialty right there. It's
Or
just
we
something
might not
I
even
can
do we might not even do him canon. Unfortunately, if any Hank fans are out there, he might not even be. I don't think he'll be canon.
Yeah, right now he's just a livery. That's it. And now I'm stuck with his voice. I need to stop. Last time I got stuck doing this for about 3 hours.
Oh God, don't remember. Don't remind me of that. I could
Yeah,
not stop smiling.
I gotta. It's going to keep happening, and I don't like it. Whenever I start doing voices like this, it gets stuck in my head. Never let me do voices, especially when it comes to country. You gotta stop me whenever I'm in the middle of that, because I get stuck in it.
Yeah, it's still stuck.
It's stuck.
What was I gonna say? I forgot. Yeah, if we were gonna do Arthur, I forgot what, oh God, I forgot what class Arthur was.
To be fair, I forget sometimes too. You're not to blame. Arthur's class is
Whatever, alright, the voice for Arthur, I really wanted to do, just Arthur Morgan, because I've been on a, if you were a writer,
Jonathan
or like a
says
part of the
2 and
voice
2.
actor, thank you, Jonathan. If
Sounds
you were
like a
part
tank.
of the voice actor guild or so, you would know that I'm on a huge Red Dead phase. And well, I kind of do a bit of an Arthur Morgan.
Don't do country. God dang it! I just got off of it.
God.
Why would you do it? Why'd you do it?
Sorry. But I do an Arthur Morgan impression because I love Red Dead Redemption. I am an addict for it. But
It will forever
yeah, that was
bother
a
me
running
that
joke.
neither Bella or Arthur ever got to meet in the show. I always felt like they were the same class.
Are they not?
Are they watch them not be. I swear, by the looks of them, they're the same class, because I always thought they just took Arthur's model and repainted it.
Arthur was one of my favorite engines. I wish he was in CGI.
Oh yeah, Bale the Fire Engine.
I think for your best bet, just go over to the British trains instead of hanging out
Yeah,
where you're
stop.
spawning Americans.
The American trains tend to take over the mind, and I get stuck in voices, and I really hate it. And it's not better that I'm always around some people who talk like this, and it gets stuck in my head even worse. But we got the boy Busy B. James. The boy Busy B. James. There we go.
Wouldn't necessarily call him a boy.
It's Busy B. James.
Or
What do you mean?
boy.
What do you got against the Busy B. of James?
I would do the Dutch impression of how they massacred my boy. But that will further fuel the
Even better, you should do the Magic Railway James. I'm joking. Please don't.
So, wait, no, I was thinking of Baldwin.
No,
But,
no, I refuse. I would literally rather hear Magic Railway James. Don't. 1,000 times no.
The queer James will forever haunt you.
I wasn't ready to hear his voice in Thomas and the Magic Railway. That wasn't James. That was someone completely different. Oh my goodness. Why would you... I Will Eat You actually said his voice line, and all I heard was that voice haunting my head. Never again.
Did they actually cast a woman for it?
Did they? Wasn't there something behind, like they actually had a woman voice cast for Percy? I wouldn't be surprised.
Alright,
if
I'm
they
looking
did
this
that
up
for
right
James.
now. Who voiced James in Magic Railroad? Susan Roman. So, yes, a woman. Oh, did you just say holy coaches and trains?
No, Pullman coaches. Where do you see? Where are holy coaches?
I don't know. I thought you said holy coaches and James.
Ah, yes. Let me get the biblical coaches for James. Yeah, that's because he's based off the Bachman model, not how he looked in the actual episode. In fact, a lot of them are based off of Bachman models. But you don't get more Bachman than the WD austerity, the War Department austerity, or however you pronounce it. My way of pronouncing names is absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
You know, it was much better, much better before, but not anymore. That one.
Ooh.
No, that one is just straight up a Bachman train that you can just get off Amazon for probably like $200.
Average model train price.
Yeah, average model. That really it is. That's. Would you believe that's the lowest it can go? We're not even gonna talk about Rebecca and her being $500.
Yeah, we don't need her.
Yeah, I didn't really want to complete my train layout that badly, you know. I think it's
I
good.
mean, I don't think she's that important.
Like really not important to the series.
She did replace one of my favorite characters,
We won't talk about it. And and they try to pretend like
and
they
had
didn't.
the audacity to put the same number of that engine twice on her.
That's the biggest disrespectful part of that they really did do that. They did
it with a
smile on
modern
their
engine.
face.
They did it with a somewhat modern engine.
When I first saw that, I really didn't believe it. I thought that everyone was just joking, but then I saw it and I was like, oh no, they're serious. They were really serious.
Audrey's original character gone.
Butchered.
Next thing you know, Henry's written off.
Along with
Out of all the characters, why Henry?
why Edward?
I mean, I hate to say it, but I can kind of see why they did Edward.
How dare you?
I know.
You're his voice actor. Do you see
I
how
know.
sad you've made him? Edward refuses to look this direction.
Edward, you've hurt my feelings, MrRagusa. Edward, come on, don't do that.
You've hurt his feelings, Ragusa. I hope you're happy with yourself.
Edward, please, man. He's not even talking. What have I done? He's not even talking.
He doesn't want to talk. Timothy's over there trying to comfort him. You see that? That's a good friend right there.
What have I done? But I don't understand why they writ Henry out.
I do. How about not write any engines out? Because I think their biggest excuse.
I hate to say it, but if they wrote out James, it would be a hate crime.
I think you would start World War III if you did that. But
Yeah, I would have.
What was I about to say? Henry's not Henry. Their big
Edward.
excuse for why they wrote them out was that there wasn't enough female characters in Thomas. I can name at least.
Go ahead, bring back
10
Molly.
Exactly. Well, hold up. Y'all say y'all got no female characters. We got Molly, Emily, Mavis, Daisy, Rosie. Hold up. The list still goes on. And you're telling me y'all did not have enough. I'm pretty sure we've seen a couple of female characters
Flora.
throughout Thomas.
You could have brought back Flora.
Really could. I know
character
nobody really
from marketing.
cares for Flora, but
For marketing.
if you were that desperate, you could have brought back Flora. In fact, just because y'all didn't bring back Flora, I'll bring back Flora. Even though it's not Flora really, it's more like Diesel Flora, but it's Flora. In fact, she can stay right here on this siding right here. I'm just gonna set you right there, Flora.
We need to do a salty livery.
What livery?
Salty.
Yeah, I gotta get that specific. I gotta buy a specific diesel. I know exactly which one you're talking about. But Flora, you can stay right there. You were disrespected in the series, but you're cool in our books.
Same with Dennis. Dennis was also disrespected.
So was Neville.
Was he really just a one-episode cameo?
It's crazy. It's like I'm pretty sure he was. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. And then other times he was just a background character. But if he was like, I remember Neville more than I remember characters like Timothy. Not that Timothy. You know what Timothy I'm talking about. Or Gator.
I remember, which one more? I forgot what the name was. Hold on. I was just thinking of it. Dennis. Yeah. I remember more of Dennis than all the other engines.
I have close to, I'm going to say, 8 engines on this entire, little area. And why are you the loudest one here?
Which one? I have the stream muted because
I have all the steam engines out, and they're quiet as ever, but all you can hear is Bowler. Like, his engine sounds like a nuclear bomb going off in the distance.
well,
Get out of here.
probably because of his name. How
He
he
hasn't
got it?
even started yet, and he already has the bowler cap stuck inside of his vent. Must have been happening after the event had happened, but we got sidetracked like crazy. I don't even know what I'm doing. I just spawned a bunch of liveries, and now the insanity is going to get worse.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure we're
average voice actor meeting.
average voice actor meeting, but I'm pretty sure we're running up the live stream budget, and what's his name isn't going to be happy with us. We have a limited.
Well, I feel like Topham would be happy that we're advertising the railway.
Oh, Topham would be happy, but I don't think the other ones would.
Really? He wouldn't?
I mean, he was fine with us promoting Cali in the last streams, but I don't think he'll be fine with us promoting this much, especially if the fact that we're running up the budget. I mean, do you know how much money we're wasting right now to have all the engines here instead of working?
Well, here's what you do. You send the 3 Gordons that we have spare ofs off.
I mean, yeah, it's true. We could send them off.
Just send them all on just coaches.
Because to be fair, to get each of them here and have them stay here and have someone else cover their job, they were like $1 million a piece. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yep.
All
every
right.
time we delete these engines, they go immediately back to work.
Right back to work.
Yep.
These two have been off the longest then, because Edward and Timothy have been well, technically Timothy's dead. He doesn't have to work. Probably.
Timothy, yeah, he's
You
been
are
quiet.
dead, right?
Yeah, Timothy is dead.
We're all dead.
All right.
What?
Nothing. I don't want to know what he just said. You want to go back and figure out?
No?
Okay, then we'll continue on.
Yeah, okay.
Isn't that a new update in Peak Forest Railway?
They updated Peak Forest?
Did they? I can't really tell. If this is a Peak Forest Railway, I've been here the longest. In fact, another small little fun fact that I'll reveal. Can you guess why I am here, Ragusa?
Oh, I see it. I see why.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Does the certain location look familiar? Also, but here's the funner fact. That you see how that location looks familiar, right? There's another location that is just right across the way that will look familiar to you. In fact, we'll walk over there. It's going to be a long walk, but when I get there, it will look familiar. And you're going to really think, is it really just that they're that far apart? But with how I shot it, it would seem like they're two completely different maps.
Is it the station?
It's a certain station that you would be very familiar with. Probably, if you remember. So we'll be leaving all the engines, but just remember that
I think
shed.
I remember.
I got more trains.
Nice.
But are you seeing in the distance over there?
Yes, I
Hold up.
somewhat believe. I somewhat see it.
Hold up, we're just about getting there.
All right.
Just off in the distance over there.
Ah, all right.
You see that?
I do, but I'm trying to remember what it was from.
Oh well, I'm
Is
gonna
that
climb
the
up.
one from Is it from episode 0? Was that the route?
Yeah, they literally are on the same mat, not even a mile away from each other. How convenient is that? Because if you remember, this is the bridge that our friend was standing on.
Yep.
In fact, right there in that spot right there. But yeah, if you look down, if I can look over this, you'll see it right down over there. And is that Henry over there? No, that's a
What?
green van. I was about to say, how did Henry get all the way over there? I was about to say, Henry, you were just over there.
Remember Mr. Percival?
Oh yes,
yeah.
of course we remember Mr.
Pin
Principal.
controller.
I think he's
Who
probably
doesn't?
working down there as we speak. I see Topham.
Oh yeah, she's car too.
He's just chilling.
Question
Question
is
is,
very convenient that Dovetail added like one of those blue cars.
very convenient. It's almost like they were pre-planning the time.
I'm pretty sure that like there's one at like every, not every, but like at some stations.
Mr. Topham has everywhere. He's watching us.
It's like that one episode of Regular Show where they had cameras everywhere.
Oh yeah, he's everywhere. He's literally. I'm pretty sure we're gonna run across another one of his cars soon. There, look at that. He has 3 of his cars parked down there.
That's great.
Mr. Topham Hat has spies. He's been watching us from the distance. 4 Mr. Topham
What
Hat.
about, what about Mr. Mac? I do not remember a Mr. Mac. That
Neither
sounds
do
like
I.
an American name.
Wait. Is Mr. No, that's someone else. I was gonna say, I think Mr. Mac is familiar. But I want to recreate somewhat of a famous scene. So I'm going to take our old friend Henry Bod. I said Henry Bod. Henry Bod Orton.
Mr. Mac was the first controller on the Skarloey. Huh.
Oh, of course I don't remember.
Did not
him,
know that. Was he in the books? Or was he, like, headcanon? Or, like, someone else did it? He was in the books. Okay, I did not know that. Yes, I remember this. I remember doing this scene. Back when I did not know anything on the lore at all. I went into this completely blind.
Technically speaking, we still don't know anything on the lore, so.
Exactly, yeah. Oh wait, will this also affect, like, changing the time of day, will that also affect,
You think it would, and that would be a really cool feature if it did, but it doesn't.
Oh my god.
That is, I know, stupidest thing ever. Like, it doesn't affect the weather after you get out of it, but that would have been really cool if it did.
And very convenient.
It would make.
It just starts raining, next thing you know, yeah, it just changes the weather.
I was about to say, if it started raining after that, after I had placed them 2 down, I probably would have hopped off of this server immediately and went to a completely different one, because I know what's about to happen. All right, when it's raining at this station,
wheel slick.
that doesn't bode well for us if it's raining.
Especially going uphill.
Oh, and another little, which has no relevance, and I'm not gonna say why, but somebody was here.
Yeah.
I've never actually, like, explored this map. I've literally only been here for, oh my goodness, they have so much of Henry's special coal.
Oh my god.
Holy crap, where's Henry?
Your first thought, where is Henry?
I have the funniest shot known to man. Please say this is gonna work perfectly. Can I get up there? I want to place Henry at the top of this hill so it looks like he's looking down at me as I'm trying to mess with the special coal. Just have him looking down at me from above.
Cocaine? Are you cocaine?
Henry's watching as I'm trying to steal his cocaine. Hold on.
Cocaine.
Hold on, it's gonna be perfection. Hold up, I gotta walk up on it like I didn't see it before. Oh, Jesus Christ. How much cocaine do you need, Henry? But hold on.
Jesus.
Look how much is here. He
Hold
has a
on,
whole
to
storage.
be hold on, isn't his special coal supposed to fill his tender?
Henry's
No,
watching.
seriously. No, seriously.
Yeah, it is. So, what do you need this much for?
I'm a shy steamer, remember?
You're a shy steamer. Henry, I can literally see that your tender's full of coal from here. In fact...
No.
Yeah, it is. So what is all this stuff for? You're just gonna chuckle about it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you probably have some more stashes around here somewhere, but this is a
No.
lot of coal for one engine. So if I walk around a bit, there's no other coal stashes I gotta worry about, huh?
No.
No coal in this barrel? Henry's hiding coal. Where are you keeping the rest? I know that's not all of it. He's hiding the coal somewhere. So Henry, you're gonna smuggle some of these bags of coal? Is this true, Henry?
I'm not in America, so I cannot plead the fifth.
I notice you're getting quiet as I'm hunting and looking down for any more of your coal reserves, because I know you just have. I know you just have them stowed around. Exactly. What about the Coca-Cola? I know you got some more coal around here, Henry. All right. Thomas has ratted you out.
Damn it, Thomas.
It's always Thomas. All right. You don't have any more special coal around here, it would seem, Henry. So you're clean for now, but that's definitely past the legal amount, old friend. We might have to call Topham here to address the situation.
Please don't.
James is technically the drug. You're right. We need to get James here. James is the smuggler. He's the real mastermind behind it all. It's always the ones with the splendid red paint you gotta watch out for. Can't be trusted. And we're still looking for
bring
any
James
more.
into this.
You did bring James into this. You roped him into this. Now we gotta go get James. But I'm just making sure you got no more special coal hidden around here, Henry. All right. It's an addiction, man. It has to stop. Look how much special coal is down there.
To be fair,
What do you need
that
that much
barely
for?
fills my tender. There's about like 20 lumps in there.
Yeah, but that much in a huge quantity, especially even for an engine of your size. Come on, come on, Henry. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. I expected more from you. Now, where's James? We need to talk to him about this addiction that has got you hooked on this Welsh coal. James, where are you? There you
Please
are.
don't get him involved.
James, I'm happy you're here. Victoria has exposed you for being a drug mule and transporting Welsh coal over to Henry.
Oh, come on. Victoria's a snitch now?
So you're saying Victoria? So she's telling the truth, is what you're saying?
Sorry, Henry. Yeah, she's telling the truth.
So where are y'all getting this Welsh coal from? We don't even have Welsh coal on the island anymore. All right, it's being used for other.
It's in the name.
Where are you getting it?
Welsh.
James, you've been on the island. Who's your dealer?
Salty.
Who?
What?
Did you just say Salty?
No.
Salty's your dealer. Hold up, I will eat you. Somebody's saying they worked for James. He's a fraud. Is that James?
Who names their child, I will eat you?
Who names an engine James? All right, we have bigger questions afoot. So you're telling me Salty is your dealer, and you've been dealing.
How else does he get the coal? He works at the docks.
And you've been dealing it to Henry, one of the big engines that we need. Why? Like, you could have sold it to, and not sold it to anyone else. But
Do you like when he works hard? That's what I thought.
okay, it's a fair point, but just limit the use, man. Look at how much coal is down there. You sold him about how many bags is that? The
About
James
like
situation is crazy. Yeah, the James situation is real crazy.
about like
crazy.
15 bags ish.
Prescription cocaine. Is that so? Let me get this straight. Victoria has just told me that you're giving him prescription cocaine. I thought that it was Welsh coal. You told me it was Welsh coal, but Victoria's telling me that is cocaine. What is cocaine?
That's the street name for it.
So let me get this straight. Henry has gone full schizo and is now imagining ghosts, and you've gone full Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Okay, where's Sir Topham Hatt? How did this all transpire?
Well, he's been on holiday for what day is it?
You know he's only been gone for about a week, right?
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm very sure. You know, Engine's perception of time is not the best, Henry.
Well, don't make fun of me for breaking vans.
Okay, if you... no, I'm going to make fun of you. Case in point, I can go and call Timothy right now, and then guess what year he thinks it is. Matter of fact, Timothy... He's not here, but... Timothy, what year do you think it is?
1945.
Not the best at guessing what day it is, is he?
He's a bit off.
A bit off. Yes, a bit off. It is 2025. He's off by a little, don't you think?
Oh.
James stole Henry's Coca-Cola. Okay. The situation keeps getting wilder and wilder.
But I don't have a drink in my hand. I don't even have a hand.
You don't be coy, James. Stop dealing with Henry, and everything will go back to normal. Sir Topham Hatt will be back in like just a few more weeks. All right. We can't let the railway fall apart. It's not even been a full week. And Gordon, where's Gordon? Have you been dealing to Gordon too?
Why would I deal with Gordon?
Because Gordon has been seeing about
deal
4
to
versions of
Gordon.
himself.
I thought you said deal with. No, I haven't been dealing to Gordon.
Henry, you're excused. You can... No, I don't think... Just go back to the sheds.
Finally.
Alright. Okay, does Edward know about this? Edward usually keeps everyone in check. Where's Edward during this whole ordeal?
Don't bring him into this.
No, I think I need to bring Edward into this, judging by, this whole interaction. I think Edward would be very interested.
We need Scarlowy engines in Train Sim Mode 5. More importantly, we need Dovetail to hire modders. Because they're better at running a game than they are.
I've been here for about a year, and I'm still not getting used to the overhead voices talking as, all this is going down. But James dealing cocaine is 10 times more concerning right now. James, we'll get back to you in a minute. Just stay there. I gotta deal with this situation. Back to the topic of whatever we were talking about while James thinks about what he's done. Why do you... this is some good stuff, though. Not that I would know, of course, but that's definitely some good Welsh coal right there.
99% pure.
No, definitely 100% pure Cuban cut. All right, definitely aged for about three.
What do you mean,
about,
Cuban cod?
Oh, I mean, uh, um, Welsh coal. Welsh coal.
Don't eat or snort cocaine. No, you smoke it. It's cold.
What do you,
You
James? Why are you saying it like you've done it before?
It's cold.
Have you never heard the
It's
phrase "don't
literally
get high
cold.
off your own supply"?
No, I don't get high off my own supply. It's literally coal. What do you do with coal? Just standard coal.
I cook with it, keep my house
Exactly.
warm. But I don't infuse it with certain chemicals to give other engines high. You're James the Red Engine, not Walter White the Red Engine.
Walter the cancer engine.
No. James,
The
you're going to
cancer
get
is
us
just
canceled.
rust.
James, you're going to get us canceled. Do you want to go back to all engines go? You know we've had you there for a
Please,
while.
no, don't do that.
Also, that is another joke that no one will understand. That we send.
That's
engines.
yeah, that's another running joke. That was a part of like the 3-hour bit that me and Itz did alone. I think Active was there for that.
Wait a minute. Hold up,
where we
James.
had a-
Why is Victoria calling you saying that we must cook? Is she an accomplice? Where's Victoria? Don't tell me
What?
Victoria is an accomplice in cooking.
Let's just say she's the Gustavo Frank.
Oh no, Victoria's playing both sides. Oh dear. And I'm not going to even address Victoria. Victoria actually legitimately scares me. All right, last week I saw her shunt trucks and they disappeared out of nowhere. And I know I make fun of Henry a lot for being scared of whatever he saw in Kildane, but that terrified me. All right, so you can put up with that, and I'm taking all this Welsh coal to the proper authorities, and you don't worry about where I'm taking it. All right, you get back to work, James.
All right.
All right, we thank you for your honesty, but please don't deal to Henry anymore. He's been acting like a schizophrenic.
Right. I won't deal with Henry. I won't deal to Henry.
Oh, and don't deal to Percy either. All right, he's already crazy enough.
Oh no! Let me throw him under the bus. He was the one who sold it to me.
What do you mean? Oh,
You think Victoria's the problem? Try dealing with Percy.
Victoria isn't a problem. Victoria is an entire nuclear explosion waiting to happen. But Percy, I don't believe you. Percy would never do such a thing. Percy is so innocent, so kind-hearted. He's not. He's just.
Have you seen Percy with Mickey Mouse?
You're right. He could have done it. I had to think on that one for a second, and I haven't seen Percy in literally about a month, and that was before Sir Topham Hatt left. So that kind of checks out. Henry ran away. Yeah, we noticed. James, why did you allow Henry to run away?
I didn't make him run away. You sent him back to the sheds.
I sent him back to the sheds. Oh yeah, I did. I sniffed too much of that Welsh coal. I got too close. James, I don't think that's Welsh coal. Nor do I think that's cocaine. I don't know what you're giving them, but that is neither Welsh coal nor cocaine. And I would know. Alright, I'm an expert when it comes down to stuff like this. That is the whole reason why I was hired here.
Alright, whatever you say.
But if you do get another shipment, take this directly to the sort of China clay, if you will.
Alright, boss.
Well, yeah. Just don't ask any questions. Just deliver it to Vivian. She'll know what to do with it.
And leave my coaches on the platform.
No, your coaches are definitely already been taken. Actually, Ryan came and got them.
You replaced me with a purple engine?
I didn't replace you with a purple engine. Ryan was just there, just sitting there.
Took my coaches?
Look, would you rather have to pull coaches today or go and
Yes.
chill in the shed?
Coaches.
Also, Victoria, I just heard Victoria's voice saying she heard that. I'm going to pretend like I didn't, because that means that she's nearby.
Oh, God.
And James, I'm going to leave you to deal with her, alright? I'm going to run away, so you
No.
can put up with that. Hopefully
No.
she doesn't send you back to all engines
No,
go.
please, no.
Goodbye, James.
No.
Have fun. You'll survive.
No.
Victoria isn't that
No.
terrified.
No.
I tried my best.
No.
I'm doing my best.
Don't leave me here.
I have to, James, alright?
That's... No.
You know, fine, okay, we'll send you back to the shed because I don't trust being out on the rails alone. No.
Thank you.
You know what, alright, you get out of here because I gotta go talk to Victoria, which is probably going to be the most terrifying experience of my life, but it has to happen. We'll need to take Thomas to get up to there, but I really don't want to.
Yep.
I'm going back to talk to Edward to discuss with him about the drug issue that's currently going on with the railway. Sir Topham Hatt has only been gone for a week.
What is this bit? What are
Don't
we
worry
doing?
about it. What bit? Okay, apparently James has been peddling cocaine, alright?
This is a Q&A. We need to stop.
What are you surprised? 99% of the voice actor calls end like this before we actually get stuff done.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
And we were supposed to be asking Timothy and Edward questions, but we got too caught up with James and his
No,
other
we got
endeavors.
caught up by adding Gordon.
Oh yeah, Gordon started to multiply, and then I had to figure out what was going on. So I
Gordon
went,
split off by mitosis.
and now I'm lost because I don't know which way the sheds are now. I think the Welsh coal is getting to me. I'm getting lost.
You know you're going the wrong way.
No, where's the
Take
sheds?
the
at?
bridge.
Where? Oh, I'm lost. Is it over there?
Yeah, yes. The stream is delayed, so I'm thinking. Yes, the way that you're
Victoria,
currently
the blue
going.
and white coach. No, not Victoria, the blue and white coach. Victoria, the engine. Oh no, that's definitely not the way back.
Is it not?
The square root of Gordon, yes. Gordon started to multiply himself, and it was terrifying.
Look where the engines are on the map.
There they are. I see them in the distance, still chatting away. Henry, oh wait, we did send him back to the sheds. I sent him back to the sheds, but I can clearly see that he's collecting coal trucks, so that worked just about as well as I thought it would.
Yes, Victoria's the yellow one in the sheds.
We would bring her, as a matter of fact, I'll bring her here, but she tends to like to crash the game a lot and does what she wants, so. In fact, it's kind of scary because she's almost similar to stuff that Timothy can do. But she isn't dead, you know?
I'm not dead.
Okay, you're not dead, friend. You're not dead. He's dead.
Victoria, yes, what Victoria does, that is one of the running bits.
And we are back. James, I'm not going to ask what's in the funfair vans. I finally figure out what you're transporting in there. That's the Welsh coal, isn't it?
What you'd like to know? You said right by Vivian?
I'm not going to look inside of
Mhm.
it. I already know what's in them.
Or right by Vivian?
Vivian? Where's Vivian? Oh yeah, no. Don't take that. to
Deliver
Vivian.
them to Vivian? Alright, I won't.
No, leave them there because they have to be inspected. What is Donald and Douglas doing? Are these your two lackeys?
Inspected.
Are these your two lackeys, Donald and Douglas?
No? Well,
They seem to be
involved.
Alright, they seem to be going in the same direction as you, though. Oh, so there you are, Edward. Edward, I've been meaning to ask you. Do you know about what's been going on the railway lately?
What do you mean?
Well, for one, you're painted red right now instead of the baby blue like Gordon, so... And James is currently...
Spawned me in with this.
Stop breaking the fourth wall, Edward.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway... How dare you, Edward? Only Timothy can break the fourth wall, alright?
And Victoria and Percy and...
When you break the fourth wall, Edward, people get confused because people don't know you can do that. You can't just do it at random. It's got to be a surprise, Edward. You got to be more careful than that, you know? Let people wonder if you really did just break the fourth wall. But no, back to the discussion. You know that James has become like gone full Walter White, right?
Oh, damn it, James! You've fallen off the wagon again.
You're welcome to jump in the call, but we're on. You would have to join the party itself.
Yeah, we're on PlayStation Active.
But if you have a PlayStation, that would be excellent, because we probably need to get Victoria here to explain this entire situation. Gordon, are you also in on this drug trade?
No. Why would I be involved with drugs?
Well, there's a reason why we don't have...
I'm a top-leaking express engine. My kind is known for going fast.
Do you remember the flying cocaine?
The what?
Exactly. Alfred, do you know about any of this this trafficking that's been going on with this coal trafficking situation?
What? Coal trafficking? Really? Is that what we resorted to, James?
James,
Jameson,
how do you explain yourself?
You are a disappointment to your kind. Disappointment? You decided to paint over your LNER with blue!
Hey, don't look at me, Alfred. Alright, I just make deliveries. I'm just going to back away slowly so you can sulk in that one. I'm sorry. I apologize, Alfred. I'm just going to hide behind Edward now because you won't hurt Edward. No one will hurt Edward. What up, Timothy? But, yeah, Edward, like, everything's been crazy since Sir Tom had left. Didn't he leave you in charge? Who's in charge?
I think he left you in charge.
I'm not in charge. Did he? Oh, I'm in so much trouble. I am in
Been gone a week. What have you done?
Well, I haven't done anything. I've pretty much just been making liveries and streaming. I don't think that's what the controller told me to do.
You haven't been doing work?
No.
And you're just live streaming?
Well, no, but I know Sir Topham Hatt's probably going to be upset, and I know someone else is probably going to be coming after us soon, so we probably can't stay here long. But until that point, I'm pretty sure we're fine. But I didn't know I was in charge. None of you told me. To be fair, the only ones who's been informing me of what's been going on the railway have been you all. So.
That is just great.
Oh, it's perfectly fine, Edward. Everything's working out fine. You know, I'm pretty sure the railway has seen worse days. All right, remember the war days? I don't know why I would tell you to remember that. That was probably the worst moment that you ever want to remember. I'm not a very good controller.
Why did you remind me?
I'm not a very good controller, all right? Unlike Sir Topham or the controller, I'm just not that good at this, man. All right, they had a better job of assigning someone like, what's his name? I gotta stop getting into James Welsh Cole. I forgot it.
Percy?
No, yes. Probably. I don't know where Percy is, alright? The stream has been nothing but an electric boogaloo, and I love it. It's been nothing but pure insanity, because it started off normal until Timothy just had to remind me of something. No, Edward said something. Somebody said something. There was something that was said that made me go and have to figure some stuff out. I don't know what happened. And I'm not, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a good controller. Why they leave me in charge of you all? Edward is red. Timothy is here somehow. Alfred is over there. James is being James. I'm not going to say what he's doing because we all know what he's doing. And Donald and Douglas are being suspicious. And for whatever reason, James is also over there, but he looks like a bumblebee. So I think that fever dream theory that Edward was talking about was actually I think that's currently happening. Edward, maybe perhaps we're all asleep, and this is all a dream,
Maybe. We might all be asleep.
Perhaps, because there's no way that Timothy would be here if that's the case. Do you have... I don't know what you were trying to say there. We gotta get out of here. We're clearly stuck in a dreamscape for some reason, but
Yeah.
Edward, I feel like you're the only real one here and the only one I can trust because you're currently painted in your red livery. The other ones seem a bit suspicious, so I'm just gonna hop on to your cab if you don't mind, and we're gonna get out of here.
Sure. We can do that.
Are you seriously going to leave me here?
Yes, Timothy, we are. For one, you're supposed to be dead. You shouldn't be.
Two, we can't have two engines running at the same time on different lines for some reason.
You have branch line coaches. I have. No, I gotta make some actually. Why did I not make branch line coaches?
Ooh. So just Stroud Lake coaches or what?
You seriously can't leave me here?
Timothy, I'm pretty sure out of all the engines here who are either strange or anomalies, you're like the most scariest
Flora.
one. Well, no, Flora's chill. Flora's just here. Flora's just having a good time, alright? Someone said anomaly and Flora just decided to show up. But you can't come with us. You have to stay here, wherever this is. And me and Edward will be out of here. We'll send somebody back to come and get you probably. We'll send Gordon if that's the real Gordon. It's probably not the real Gordon.
The little tank, like I did with Thomas back in the day.
All right, Edward, let's get out of here while the
bugger
pure insanity
for-
pursues.
I did drive that little bugger quite a long while.
Gordon, I'm pretty sure you're the actual Gordon too. So as we're leaving, I'll make sure to get you out of here too, and pretend like we
Alright.
have you coupled up to the back of the coach. Don't worry, Gordon. We'll get you out of here because I'm pretty sure you're the real Gordon.
Oh, thank you.
Edward, I despawned Edward.
What?
I despawned
Yeah.
Edward. We're stuck here. We're good. Edward's back. I think. No, that's James.
I saw
It's Cocaine James. Okay, so we're stuck. And Edward is gone. So, Gordon,
yes, please.
you're seeming like a very viable option, dear friend.
You have my special coach.
I don't have your special coach, but I have someone else's that you might enjoy stealing.
Oh, my
You might
dearest
enjoy it.
cousin. Oh, just to piss him off.
All right,
Let's do it.
Alright, I'm going to move you over to that line over there so we can get out of here. Alright, just stick with me. Let's move this way.
Isn't there a
Watch all of
turntable
them.
on this line?
Nope, this line will not work. We have to move on to a lower line. Timothy, have a good day. I'll see you whenever you're out of purgatory or wherever we are right now. Donald, Douglas, love delivery, but you two are creepy. Flora. James.
Well said.
Yeah, James.
Well said about a Flora.
Yeah, Flora. So all needs to be said.
Active said, just take Gordon and floor it.
Yes, yeah, just take Gordon and run. That's the smartest decision right now. So,
Just
Gordon,
slam on the regulator.
pretty much, like, full throttle, but we don't have any special, we have a special coach. so for us to get out of here. If you'll spawn in, you know, I'll look this direction.
There's not that many people watching. Yeah, remote control remakes. Ooh.
Well, it's 1:31 and it's a what is it? I don't know what day of the week it is. Gordon, you're currently not in the right
Wednesday.
livery, but that'll do.
Today is Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Ooh,
In fact, we only get a lot of people in stream around Sundays. And that's when most people are that's when most people are
you were about to say it.
No, I wasn't. All right, you have no proof. All right, but Gordon, let's get out of here.
All right.
Love how Gordon looks. Thank you. It's a custom livery that can be done with it. Gordon, you seem like you'll get us to where we need to be, but please do not break down halfway up the rails.
Trust me, I will not. We A3s were built to run.
All right, I believe you.
So, we breaking speed limits?
If you get us out of here, this nightmare scenario, yeah, sure. In fact,
All right. Small ejector, large ejector.
I want to make sure we get out of here quickly, and we're stealing Spencer's special coach because why not? And we're off.
All right.
All right, we'll see. Are you strange entities later? Timothy, I apologize. We had to leave you behind, but you know, Gordon and I, we don't put up with terrifying. You think Spencer's going to be upset that we stole his special coach?
Well, I did just realize it is summer, so Spencer will be we will be working on the island, the Duke and Duchess.
Oh, then he's definitely.
Oh, yes, he's been floor it.
Yeah.
Open the regulator. More. Now.
Yeah,
I can hear
let's just
him.
getting out of here.
I can hear him.
Are you sure you're faster than Spencer?
Is it my brother, Flying Scotsman? Then let's break some records.
All right, just do not break down halfway up the track because it is really annoying to get you going. In fact, I think we'll let the momentum carry you, Gordon.
All right.
And just keep applying speed whenever I feel like we're slowing down.
Ah, the scenic route.
You know what? I think you're going faster than Henry was going down the line, which is good speed. Hey, anything was trying to scream. Gordon said everything as we were getting out of there. We were finally out of range of whatever those creatures were, and we stole Spencer's special coach. It's all looking up.
Only going 60. Slow. Pathetic. I was built to break records. I was built to gallop, not trot.
Look, Gordon, I'm trying to. Yeah, I know. How much speed do we need? Well,
All
then again,
of it.
well, you probably have enough coal to get us to the next station.
I have plenty of coal.
Yes, but rest is the optimal thing. What was that?
What was what?
Nothing, Gordon. Just let's just keep it technical. Look, ever since I've been streaming, we're going into this tunnel. It's this tunnel again.
Don't worry. Just turn on the cab light.
I forgot about the cab light. Where's cab light? Where is cab light?
Back up by my tender.
Alright, so it would appear that keeping, if we keep adjusting the regulator from, messing with it, we can keep up speed without us risking stopping. So I like that.
Yes.
Just gotta
Calculated
remember to
right
keep going
at
speed.
my code door on my tender.
We're so, you're gonna have to help me here. Look, I don't drive the Scotsman a lot, Gordon, alright? I don't drive your class, you know? I've only drove in, like, Jubilees.
Right. Do you see the cold doors? Why am I slowing down?
That's what I'm saying, Gordon.
What? But I feel fine.
Oh, boy. Last time this happened, it only led to work. I think I will eat you.
Hold on, is it the cylinder cocks?
I don't know. This happens so often.
For me, Scotsman, like, hold on, this is me talking, but for me, Scotsman just slows down.
It's
Do you-
never.
Do you,
yeah, it's
hold
slowed
on,
down.
hold on. Do you ever change the cylinder cock?
Do I ever change the cylinder? Yeah. If I remember, sometimes, but this has been happening a lot recently.
Open or turn on the HUD, or just hold down options. That way HUD is on.
Boiler pressure. Gordon probably lost his dome. I believe it.
I never lose my dome. That was one time.
Well, we had to have lost it again because we slowed down. What am I looking for?
The HUD. I'm surprised you're not familiar with the Scotsman. You're driving the
again?
Scotsman. I'm surprised you're not familiar with driving the Scotsman.
How many times have you seen me drive the Scotsman?
No, that's fair.
Like, the Scotsman is literally like my least used engine. I know, sacrilegious, but it literally is.
Alright. What about the large ejector? Do you ever open up the large ejector?
It should be open. Is usually automatically already open by the time I get one to trains, and it's normally the small
No.
one that's.
No?
Mine is the engines.
That's the... Oh my god.
Are you referring to that?
Hold on, the stream's delayed. Just keep looking at it. I'm talking about the big one, the brass one.
You're referring to that.
Hold on. Yes, that one. That's
Sorry,
for
let me
you're
get that
supposed to
sign
open
so
it
right
for
there.
whenever you're supposed to open it for you need to do the Scotsman training. I hate to say it.
Never.
What do you mean never?
Gordon can learn to drive himself. Alright, I'm not in charge of driving Gordon.
You know we engines cannot hold, but we cannot turn on the brakes.
Oh wait, so let me get this straight. You can't turn on your brakes at will, but other engines can. I'm not gonna name who, but I know a few engines who can turn on their brakes at will.
Name one.
Well, she doesn't like to be named. She's a bit camera shy, but she can turn on her brakes at will.
Really? She can?
This is getting a bit off topic, but actually, yes, she can. And between me and you, it's actually quite terrifying. I'm pretty sure she can control herself. Like, I've seen her moving on her own before. Quite terrifying, but back to the repairs. You've seen if you... No, you're an engine, you would not have seen it, but if... The ones who are watching
gauge.
this, you've seen those ghost engine videos of those ghost trains that are just moving along lines. It's kind of like that, but more terrifying.
Seriously, can't you not just turn on the HUD by holding down on options while sitting down?
No.
That's strange. That works for me.
Well, because you're on PS5, probably.
It's a dumb feature if that's the case.
This is I'll have to turn on from the manual settings itself. We have to do it manually. I know it's a bit prehistoric, but oh god, the hub is gone. We're dead. We're cooked. It's all Gordon's fault.
What do you mean, my fault?
Look, I
You
need
were the one
someone
driving me.
I need someone to blame, and unfortunately, Henry's not here.
Why don't you bring my brother? Let him pull the coach.
Because your brother is not even here.
Touché.
By the time your brother gets here, I'm pretty sure this entire ordeal would be completely past by then. Like, it will literally take your brother like a few hours to get here, most likely. He would have to come from the mainland.
You're right.
Hey, don't blame me. Blame how trains want to work in this game, or this simulation, or this live stream, or real life reality, wherever we are right now. You figure that out, Gordon. I know I'm your driver, but I'm also the controller for the month. And why is everything why do I gotta do it? No smoking. I think we've already failed another task, Gordon. It says no smoking on this coach. You've been smoking since we left. Look, if something's gonna keep me happy and smiling, it's puns, alright? And you're the one whose boiler overheated. Maybe Scotsmen's aren't the greatest class, you know?
What did you just say?
You know, I'm gonna walk this direction and go look for help. You just sit there for a bit.
You will rue the day you insult my kind.
I didn't insult your kind. I was making an observation. I was just saying your class isn't, you know? The pressure's probably dropped. Check the gauge.
Active. He doesn't know where the gauge is. He doesn't drive Scotsman.
I do not drive the Scotsman, alright? So Gordon is
To be
trained.
fair, I don't know.
Look, if Gordon wants to sit here for the next 3 hours as I actually have to read the manual wherever they put it on, like Gordon, then definitely. Like, I don't drive Scotsman in the slightest.
Did you apply the brakes? I'm serious. Did you apply the brakes by accident?
What brakes? What brakes? The brakes were never on to begin with.
Are you sure? Good point.
Gordon, you're really pushing the patience, man.
Alright. Go to the fireman's, or look at the fireman's side, and you should see a lever.
Say
At
again?
least, go to the fireman's side, and you should see a lever, right by the seat. Or so. It's right where it's kind of where the emergency brake is, or right next to the shovel.
Yeah, you talk about that?
Yes, that's the cylinder cocks.
Oh. I don't know what I did, but Gordon finally shut up.
What do you mean, shut up? I have the stream muted.
No, he was making like a hissing sound, but it finally stopped.
That's good.
Yes, it's I've never had to driven a Doncaster engine, Gordon. Forgive me. You know, next time, could you tell your builders to include a better instruction manual, one that wasn't written whenever this prototype manual was written? You're not even the same class depicted in the picture of this photo.
Try driving me now. Is it the physics engine, maybe?
What physics? The physics engine is probably just completely broke.
Pause the game and reset physics engine.
Will that restart the game?
No, that won't restart the game.
Alright. I'm trusting you on this one. It's just giving me restart on foot, or
Are you serious? Is that a PS5 feature?
I'm telling you, a lot of features that you have aren't here. This is PS4.
I hate to say it, but you need to upgrade.
Say again?
I hate to say it, but we both know you need to upgrade.
You want me to spend an arm and a leg on a PS5?
How much do you spend on Bachman?
Say again?
How much do you spend on Bachman?
That is an unfair comparison. How much do you spend on Legos?
Yeah. How much are you going to spend on the headset and microphone?
Okay, well, fair. You know what? Now you're really playing unfair now. All right. These are unfair. No, a PC. Yeah, a PC would probably be much better than whatever this is. What we got going on here.
Yes, we can have we can couple up to Thomas and potentially modify his files.
Look, Gordon, bud, it was real nice traveling with you down the line, but we might have to leave you here temporarily.
Just spawn me in again.
Would you rather we spawn you in again, or would you rather we shunt you all the way there?
Why not try 2 Scotsmen?
2 Scotsmen doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Yes.
A mid-spec one should work, yes. Because I've been dealing with this issue for a while now. Alright, Gordon. Alright, we'll despawn you. And this time, hopefully this livery brings us some luck. Perfection. Alright, now before we go, I'm going to do something a little different. Alright. Is there anything else I should do before we take off?
Actually, hold on. No. Cylinder cock's like a little bit while you've taken off.
Talking about that?
Yes. That right there, right next to the shovel, that is cylinder cocks. It is supposed towards the seat is off. Towards the firebox is on, I believe. No, it's the other way around. Towards the seat is off. It's supposed to be towards the seat first.
Aren't you Gordon's driver?
I'm trying to figure out my wording.
You're trying to figure out your own work? Oh, we're gonna die.
That's alright. No, alright, that's it. I'm loading up free roam, and I'm loading up free roam and also getting Scotsman.
It'll work for you because you're working on a better console.
Touche.
Well, I'm working on basically a potato.
To be fair, the potato thinks it can run cyberpunk.
Yeah, obviously it can't.
Exactly.
Eager to leave, where did I see?
Now would be the best time to close this intercom.
Let's see how that. Everything seems to be going well this time. It's the Flying Gorge. I like that name. Gordon, what do you think about the name?
Well, we're going smoothly.
We're going smoothly for now until we crash.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just hope we don't run into a station, you know, that has a wall at the end of it. Is that a tracking device?
That's actually a, you know how in the Flying Kipper it had that, the lamp on the brake van?
Yep.
That's actually to, indicate that an engine is, meant to be going backwards, or so. Especially in red. It's hard to explain.
Oh, for another time we go.
Check to see how fast we're going. Let's see if that resolved it somewhat.
Another familiar location. Go as fast as Usain Bolt. And break the game? I'm down.
Is he slowing down again?
No, it doesn't feel like it. He shouldn't. But I'm literally increasing it to full power. I literally had it on half power the entire time, just to make sure that didn't happen. No, it is definitely slowing down.
It's peculiar.
Literally at full power. See what it does.
Maybe it would be best if we took the actual Mattel Thomas out.
Ah, yes, the Mattel Thomas, the bane of thy existence.
What do you mean? Oh,
No, I'm
right.
talking about because he can't couple up to other stuff. Well, unless you have mods.
No, we can take Andy and Clarabelle out.
Touche. Well, we did have Annie and Clarabelle out earlier, and were you here for that first stream where I connected Diesel to Annie and Clarabelle?
I think whenever I woke up, I did catch a glimpse.
Yeah. Absolutely terrifying image. Alright, Thomas, I know you'll be able to get to where we need to go.
I don't voice Thomas, so I can. Oh, well, hold on. Now my Gordon's slowing down.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's just something that keeps happening.
Mine's at full power.
That's what I'm saying. Why would we have that power button to slow down?
Can Thomas couple up with Thomas? The tank engine is faster than Gordon.
Okay.
It truly is. Wait, what? I didn't even change anything. Now he's speeding up?
Yeah, they're shaking because we're currently going max speed down the line, not stopping at any stations. They're having fun. The passengers probably aren't. I think the passengers are being shooken up. You think the passengers are alright?
Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah, they're having a good time. They're happy. Oh, we're at the tunnel.
Don't worry. They should have added a solar map.
Say again?
They should have added a solar map.
Yeah, but they didn't. Because it's dovetail. I don't think this is I think this is about it. Or what they plan to give us. Crazy to think that this comics is still running longer than it was.
What happened? What? Why'd you
Say
go?
it.
Oh. Why'd you go? Oh, what happened?
Oh no, I nearly fell. I'm struggling.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm using that.
Ah.
I want to get Thomas to where I need to be, but I can feel that surprise.
Yeah, it's keeping me warm.
Yeah, something about this Thomas is uncanny. Yeah. It is. I can't even lie. Look at his face. It's something off. What did I just do? Oh, that would have been bad. No, I just lagged the game a bit because I was trying to switch cameras.
Oh.
I'm having way too much fun with this camera. I feel bad for anyone if they were on the line. That would have been bad.
I don't know why you would, but I am now testing it. You can hook up Thomas to Thomas. It's...
Yep.
Oh, I thought you just fell asleep.
I don't know if it's I literally forgot how long this line was. I usually try to get to the end of the line before the stream. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it is a very long line.
Oh yeah, he tore the face off of James. I still ain't really got them DLC I need to get them. I'm pretty sure they are probably more extensive than this. How long have we been traveling down this track for?
I'm not sure. West Coast Main Line. Which one is that? Should be nearing the end fairly soon. should be approaching it. There really are a lot active. Most likely asleep. Sorry. Well, I was glad to be here. I was really glad to be here. Most likely active, yeah. We may run into out of bounds. Or the simulation ends. Yep, he's asleep. Active, you might want to call him on Discord to wake him up. Might. It works hard. He really does. Uh, he works hard at his actual job, and so whenever he comes home for like our meetings, our voice actor meetings, this tends to happen. Uh, yes, I would say the stream is over. I don't entirely know because I'm not the one who's streaming. It is, and I heard something from his end, but apparently it was nothing. All right, have a good one. I will eat you. Have a good one. But do not worry. This tends to happen a lot. It does fall asleep while he is online with us. I am guessing he did not pick up active. Well, I will stay here until he wakes up. Uh, so I will answer some questions that I can. You know why I'm saying. Not working. Hello, Jumbo Train. Unfortunately, it's fell asleep. Or A Train fell asleep. Don't worry, this happens all the time. He cannot end the stream, but me and Active are trying our best to try to wake up. Oh, you awake? It's okay. Never mind. Well, either he's choking and he just died, or he's still breathing. Oh, it's it's got kidnapped by Freddy Fazbear. Jumbo, I wish I could answer that. I really do. I wish we were in Discord, so that way we could. What we usually do in Discord is Discord has the sound effects, and we usually try to wake him up with the Discord quacks. We try to summon Montague on him and just show him the Great Western Way. But currently, this is the Train Sim World Void. Yes, indeed. We summon Montague on him. Have you watched the Tobias and the half? I don't believe I have Tobias and Tobias and the half. I did. I did watch this once, but I was laying in bed whenever I was watching it, and unfortunately, I fell asleep watching it. Most likely, I will rewatch it tonight. Oh God, no, I cannot get that out of my head now. You have traumatized me. God, it's essentially worse than the mutant Oliver. It's like human legs. Oh my God, I cannot. No, I can't get that out of my head. Oh God. Why? Why are you? Why are you painting James Green? Uh, why? What? Why? I'm not talking. I'm not saying why about you, active. But just eat. Why? Just. All right. I. I'll watch it tonight. let's talk more norm. James lines in the Yep. He clearly wasn't. He clearly wasn't concentrating. I I do not remember that. I do not remember Junior telling James that. Alright, have fun finding your thing active. I mean, don't we all remember Mr. Conductor threatening uh uh what is Diesel 10 with sugar? Excuse me. Alright, sounds good, active. This will no, not probably. This will most likely be our longest live stream. Have you seen a BR Class 13? I don't know it from memory. Let me... Class 13. Hmm. Interesting. 2 locos in 1. This is very fascinating. Yes, Jumbo, what about the 80th? Hmm. Interesting. Oh, yes. The DLC. Green Thomas. Because marketing. And money. Alright, the Switzerland Steam Electric Hybrid Train. Sure thing. Switz. And my Z key won't work. Just gotta apply pressure to it. Switzerland team hybrid train. Did I? Steam electric. Steam electric. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. That's an anomaly, if I've ever seen one. Yeah, it certainly does exist active. It is breach containment, yes. I'm trying to say James was innocent. Henry gave... Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm so sorry. This was supposed to be like a wholesome stream, or like just like a Q&A or so. But we got carried away with improv. Yes, more episodes are. Yes, these streams are literally the voice actor meetings. We improv and have a good time. That's like literally what we do. Can you Google the Moss Krog Killer? I have said that wrong. Krog. I must have spelt it wrong because I'm getting lights. If anyone wants to join the yeah. Thanks for the self promotion. Yes, voice actors. Or if you don't have any experience, we don't really care. Just we'd like you to join. Uh, what what could it be surprised with a baby E2 K2 and IR Ellen LNYR 28.9 the GWR Saturday. What? Yes, active. Just a mic in general. Why would we surprise him with baby engines? Well, it depends. It depends on how long. It depends on the situation. It, it, Without us being in the Discord, it's hard to wake him up. Just to reference like a Dolby book. Okay. You're going to have to send me a picture of that active. Hopefully not. How long has the? It's gone on for 3 hours. I wasn't there for the last stream, but not the morning stream, but the one before it. Did he fall asleep? Like seriously, did he fall asleep? Like not respond like this? As far as I'm aware. Okay, that is great. I'm going to get me some water real quick, so I'll be right back in a second. You guys just chat with each other.
And I have returned. I am sorry about that. I was feeling a little fancy, and I put a lemon in my water. That's what I was doing. I was was putting lemons in my water. Yes, I have acquired the beverage. I have made sour water. I have put too much lemon in my water. Yes, exactly, sour water. Yeah, funny story. Funny story about lemon. I was at a restaurant with my grandparents this one time, and they started out by serving like asking for drinks or so to my grandparents, and the waiter started out by saying, we have like 60 different wines, and we have like 80 different beers or so. Uh, and so what happened was like everyone ordered at the table or so, and I'm a minor, so I cannot drink. I cannot have alcoholic beverages. I cannot purchase it unless 21. But anyways, I was like, you know what? Can I have a Arnold Palmer, which is like a sweet tea and lemonade? And they said, I'm sorry, but out of all the drinks we have, we do not serve lemonade. And then I responded to her, you have 80 different beers and 50 different wines, but not a single lemon and sugar combined in a pitcher? Her and my whole table laughed. You you have to agree. This is a valid crash out. They're like, how does one place not have the? How does one restaurant not have probably the most iconic non-alcoholic drink besides water? Like, yes, exactly, active. I've acquired a muffin. Oh, good for you. Oh, that's a strong lemon, but it's tasty. Well, I don't know what else to talk about.
because we'll be pushing an hour 30 soon. It has been asleep for about an hour. Well, will it come up on stream if we talk? No. I don't think so. PlayStation is kind of stingy in that way. Probably because they would probably have to sign something with Discord or hi George. Let me explain this real quick. Active. I'll come back to this. George, A-Train fell asleep, and we cannot end stream. He fell asleep about like 45 minutes ago. So now it's just like it's essentially just a Q&A now. Anyway, back to active. So why we? No, if we talk on your phone, could it? Essentially, hold on. You would probably have to mute me on Discord? No. No, okay. Not mute me on Discord, mute me on stream. Just mute the video on stream. Let me get into the... Alright, I'm in the meeting room. Let me just turn up my volume. Alright. Let's see. This is going to be attempt 1 of trying to hear active. Oh wait, hold on. Let me try something. Let's see. So, active, try and say something, and let's see if, alright. Now we just wait for... Yes. Active needs no introduction. Essentially, he is Ryder, he's Victoria, he is the engine background artist.
Yeah, I make all the background.
Can you guys hear him in chat? You might want to check on your inactive, so that way you can hear yourself.
I'll just jump in.
But yeah, I'm still here, but we are now testing to see if you are, and I now see what you're doing.
Can
What?
I hear myself in the stream as well? Oh no, my stream's buffering. Fine. Language.
Oh, whoops.
Yep. What if I deafen myself on my end? Oh, I think. Yeah, cool. Count.
It's working?
It's working.
Alright, that's perfect. First time hearing Active's voice. Well, if you join the self-plug, shameless self-plug, if you join the Discord and apply for being a voice actor or a potential writer, you could be in the meeting rooms for once.
Yeah, and you can hear your own voice because you'll probably be a character.
Yes. No experience required. We are. I don't even have experience.
None of us have experience.
Or like you can do any experience. It doesn't even matter like what you did in the past. Like if you did like Mario Plush videos or something, like
If you can talk and you have a mic, then welcome aboard.
if you have a voice box, the door's this way. The door is open. Please use it. But yes, he was the one who did a bit of the Timothy story background. Not much, but a good bit.
Yeah. And then there's the entire separate potential lore for Timothy that we've got hidden there if we need it.
If you think the lore that I wrote for Timothy is in depth, wait until you see his entire breakdown of like a mid character. Like just a random character you just take from the cast. Like let's just say you pick off, I don't know, I don't know, Proteus or something. Just like a random engine who's barely had screen time. Active will go into full lore breakdown.
Yeah, or even for characters and thing, I worked out a way, I worked out fucking language again, sorry. I worked out entire lore for random characters that we've just got in reserve if we want to use it. If not, we don't.
Right. But yes, once again, we will state this, it does not overwork us. Not at all.
He overworks himself. We have to actively convince him to do less.
But he does it for a good cause. He really does. But for personal issues, we will not disclose the reason why.
Yeah. But he does care about the channel, and he is trying his best to get stuff out. It's just being a load of delays.
He cares more about the channel than his job, I believe. Well, he cares about them equally.
No, what I remember, he said he has the jobs to keep the channel running.
Right, and unfortunately, Timothy is eating him alive.
Yeah, the Timothy story is thrown a few wrenches in the works.
That, I will take the blame for it. It is one of our most popular videos, but it is driving him insane.
Yeah, I've had to work double time on trying to figure out how that could work.
This was just meant for, like, a one-time thing, not be connected really that much to the lore, or whatever. Have Timothy, like, and, like, just in case if we were doing something, like, back when Edward was younger, working on the Northwestern or so.
Yeah, and then I invented an entire railway.
Yep, this Active does this, like, every day. He accidentally invents stuff. We both love it
for him doing that and hate it, essentially. But, yeah. There's nothing we can do about this stream until it wakes up. Or until his PlayStation, if we are lucky and he has it turned on, turns to power save mode.
Yeah, if it shuts down the stream, then we're pretty good.
Right. Hopefully he doesn't talk in his sleep and he reveals lore.
Well, that would be really funny.
If we would be entirely cooked.
Yeah. Yes, accidentally revealing the entire lore of
While you're
a
asleep.
certain character. Yeah.
Well, he's revealed all of James's lore, so now we have to kill him.
Yes, not again.
Yep.
Second time this week.
Second time this week.
I'm just booting up game to actually make a livery of all things.
Ah, yeah, Active also does make more, he makes liveries as well. He did Forza liveries in the past, and he now does train liveries. But they're not like it's a style. It's not like it's not in his style, like the TV style. It's more of like a realistic style.
They're as realistic as I can get them, and they're used as background things for the stories. It's more just a livery that I make may appear in the background, it may not. It's just to have the use available.
Right.
So it doesn't have to make so many.
Right.
And it also means I can do weird liveries of characters that we might want to use, we might not want to use.
Right.
But it gives us more story options.
Hopefully this does not go on until the morning.
YouTube has a standard limit of 10 hours that a stream can be, so... Actually, no, it doesn't, because you can have 24-hour streams. 10 hours, it can save, so we're cooked.
Yep.
So, if anyone had a schedule for tomorrow, I'm sorry.
Yep. We are dreadfully sorry. But, Q&A is still open. I mean, it's still a Q&A.
Yep.
Please ask us questions, because there's literally nothing for us to do.
Yeah, at least with me here, like, you're not gonna go just mad on your own.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we might need to start spamming quacks.
The problem is we can't.
I'm on a PlayStation call with him. So...
Oh yeah, we could. Yeah. Language again, sorry.
So, alright, for his excuse, he is Australian. Let it slide. This is literally what we do. Is the Discord duck sound effect.
Yes.
We let Montague we release him.
We let the inner we release the inner Montague.
Right. I'm not even sure it can hear you.
Probably not. But I tried calling him on Discord and that didn't work. So.
Either there's 7 people watching. Either everyone fell asleep, or they don't. They're they're just laughing so hard that they cannot type.
Yeah, to all those who are in chat, we apologise for the lack of professionalism. We swear we're more professional normally, but
Normally.
we really aren't.
He's been asleep for about an hour.
Yeah, so if you want to join the voice cast, this is what you're getting into. So
Essentially. Alright, what we will say, please do not take this the wrong way. Our meetings will be held usually at night. Hopefully, we're trying to fix this.
we're trying to make sure it's scheduled properly for everyone, but it's a bit difficult because we've got to work around a work schedule.
Right, and Active's time, your time zone, because you're Australian and you're 14 hours ahead of us. 14 hours ahead of me.
Yeah. In this case, it means that I can stay here pretty much forever. Because by the time it wakes up, it will still be. It still wouldn't have
Technically,
12 PM.
you are the night shift.
Yeah. Yes, I am the night guard.
You're the night shift. I'm the day shift.
Yes, you were the day shift trying to make sure it doesn't reveal any secret law. I'm the night shift trying to make it.
It's caught me. I think you missed it, but I nearly revealed the Victoria inside joke. You know the one?
Oh yeah. Oh yes, that one.
Yeah.
But then it wouldn't be. I can't exactly talk because I revealed an inside joke and then I managed to retroactively be able to, because you were writing team, we were able to get it.
Yes. But literally this live stream, the entire stream is literally, it's essentially we just did a voice actor meeting. I'm always the first one to show up. Then Active, he joined the chat like middle of the stream, and he usually jumps in the middle of the.
First, there's problems because server placement on Discord, so I physically can't.
Right. Active
Because
cannot.
otherwise everyone else is in Australia.
Right. Or we're all on Australian servers. And fun fact, they rank. When was this? When did they rank?
A few years ago, before the NBN kicked in, we were ranked lower than Kazakhstan on the internet quality.
Yeah, that is terrible.
Now it's getting better, but my room is a Faraday cage, so that's fun.
I get it.
Just accidentally knocked a Scotsman tender into the abyss.
Oh no.
Whatever shall Gordon think?
Well, you knocked my brother's tender off.
This isn't going to end well, is it? Cut to commercial break while I get beat to death.
Yes. What was I gonna say? Alright, so, this live stream is essentially what the experience is, what it's going to be for, these meetings. They go on for about, like, this long.
Yeah,
We are not forced to, we can both say this, we are not forced to stay. These meetings are not mandatory, it does not force us to work.
Yeah.
Completely our choice. He is not holding me at gunpoint because he is asleep. The stream is still going. But the streams go on for this long. The beginning of them are productive. Halfway through, our autism kicks in. And that's where the entire bit starts.
All the time.
Right.
It's running on overdrive.
I am pretty sure our chat fell asleep.
Well, they got bored of our shit.
Once again, I am sorry about Active's language.
Alright, I gotta
I know.
jump off call quickly.
Alright. Now I'm talking to I'm talking to... Got it. Finally. I got it. Thomas will be the 060 Hudson Cherokee Railway based off of King George number, and Percy will be... What are you referring to, Jonathan? And, John... Alright, welcome back. Jonathan has... Someone did not fall asleep, I don't think. Jonathan said, Thomas will be an 060 Hudson Clark Railway, Hudson Clark Railway based off of King George. I have no...
Hudswell and Clark.
Oh, thank you. Hudson Well, God, I can't stop stuttering.
Gotta love British names.
I thought Yorkshire was Yorkshire.
Everyone gets confused with that.
But anyways, Itz has not forced us to stay on these calls for so long. We kind of just stay there until at least until he gives out. Active, why do we hear beeping from your end?
That's me trying to unlock a safe.
What? You got B12s in there?
No, the B12s are in the safe, in the kegs. No, what? If you want to know the reason for this bit, join the Discord.
Seriously.
If you want to know anything,
no, really.
join the Discord.
Yes. Unfortunately, unfortunately, we are sorry that Itz does not really post on the community tab that much. Usually because of, I don't know why. But there is a newsroom in the Discord.
Yeah, you'll find out what's going on there.
Yes, and you'll get a chance to talk with us, see behind the scenes. Yes. Plus, we're starting to get tired of the same few people. No
Yes,
offense.
as much as
No offense. No offense to anyone else that's out there.
Yeah.
Especially
New
UT.
ideas are good.
Yeah. New ideas are good.
If you have an idea for a plot, you're able to join the writing team potentially, and you could have your plot featured on this channel.
And you can brag to your parent, or you can say to your parents, "Mommy, Daddy, I voiced this character," or something like that. I don't know.
Or you could brag to your friends that you were officially a screenwriter.
Yes. The occasional oh bugger.
leave the scene of the crime.
How many trains did you steal?
All of them.
Attaboy. I see Hornby numbers have gone up. The prices have increased.
Also, to anyone in the who is interested, depending on how we do things, you are able to get your OC characters put into the series, because there are some that exist in the series already. They're going to have to get vetted to make sure that they'll fit properly, and generally we try to avoid repeat names if possible, but
Yes.
if you have an interesting idea for a character, then you can give it a go.
And
Come and speak to us.
unfortunately, it's best to see the character list in Discord than of what's available. Which that reminds me, whenever Itz wakes up or so, we need to remind him to post the voice actor list. Or, like, that be the next thing on the community tab.
Yeah, it needs to be updated though, I believe.
And we have been streaming for nearly 4 hours.
Yes, it
I
seems
need-
that we have managed to
I need more water.
do it on its own stream.
I have returned with water. I'm not sure if we can. They're active. Do you know if, like, do they know about what we're doing, like, after these streams? Like, you know, a certain special something that I'm not sure if I can say on here?
I don't know if they know. I don't know if they can know.
I think, surely. Hold on, let me check newsroom. Let me just make sure.
If it's in newsroom, we can do it.
Okay, it is in newsroom, but it doesn't say what it is. Or, well, actually, no, it does. But it mentions something for the 80th. We can say it's for the 80th. And most likely it will be teased around July-ish.
Production will begin, like, probably this week.
Yep. Yep, we'll be tooling up production on something. What that is, you will not know, and that is the fun of it.
Unless if you join the I'm
Yeah.
seriously.
Even if you join the Discord, yeah.
No offense if people are watching, the people from the Discord are watching this, but we need more variety. It has been the same group of people.
Yeah.
I have seen the same meme over and over again.
I was more saying that it gives us more variety in how we can approach a story and how many
He's finally
characters we
awake.
have.
Welcome back, Itz.
He's back.
Yeah, he's back. I have I have jerry rigged so that way chat did not get bored with me talking just by myself and potentially going insane.
I really fell asleep during chat, not the first time.
Active is left. But I was just telling them because it was in the newsroom that a certain because some of the people cannot use Discord, that something for the 80th, because you did not specify, is coming, or is most likely going to be teased right around, like, July-ish. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. It?
Yeah.
Alright, just making sure you didn't fall asleep. But, I think it's best if we end stream now.
Second. What was that?
Alright. Well, yeah. It was fun being out. I'm glad that it came out. I'm glad that I made a cameo. And, yeah. You too, Active. Have a good one. And, to the rest of people who are in, the US, or actually, instead of Active, because he's 17 hours, or 14 hours ahead of us, have a good night, or a good day, or whenever. It's care to end the stream?
Yeah. I can barely stay awake. I'll see everyone later. I gotta start having these streams much more earlier. I'll see you later, Ragusa, Active, everyone.
Alright, sounds good.
Thank you for joining us for this stream. Apologies that I fell asleep.
Oh, no worries. I handled everything. I made sure not to talk about lore. I did, I'm not sure if you dozed off from what I was saying a little earlier ago about, after, the following Monday, after the liveries being done, beginning the second phase of our 80th celebration.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to, most likely, I'm not saying you do it now, or I'd say most likely in the morning you announce what that is.
Yeah, I will. You gotta remind me though.
All right. Can do. Well, everyone, we had a great time, and I will be glad to. I'm glad to be here, and most likely I will be here for future streams.
Yep. So
Hopefully we will try. We'll try our best to make sure it does not fall asleep.
Yep, very common occurrence. But I'll see everyone later. I'll see you later, Ragusa. Active.
Later, it's.
Bye. And thank you everyone who joined. I'll see you later.